Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Ford Bronco Badlands with the Sasquatch package. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Ford here in Spanish Fork for some time with his Bronco. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a turbo 2.7 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 17 around town, 17 on the highway. Power outputs are about 330 horsepower and then 415 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So this one is bright in your face red. You guys can see here with the mirrors attached to the body, so you can take the doors off, still have mirrors. And then with the Bronco, pretty cool looking circular lights. You got the white Bronco logo. You can see the front bash plate and all of that. So, and also steel bumper, so it's capable. But there's your front. Now with the Sasquatch package, you do get 35-inch tall tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels. These ones are the beadlock capable. You've got these nice fender flares. You can see the rock rail protection there on the side. And this one's a hard top. So you can still remove it just like a Wrangler, but it does take tools for the back, but the front two pieces, just like a Wrangler, are just little latches. Now this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function, remote start. Got the Bronco logo there on the back. Pretty simple system. And popping into said back, decent with the swing gate. I guess you gotta push quite a bit. Do your work, strut. Anyways, window pops up just like a Wrangler. Quite a bit of storage space. This is a little bit more spacious than the Wrangler. Push that back there. Still have the cage up top as well. When you're all done, just pop that down, and then you just put this back into place. Cool taillight design. You got the spare 35 there on the back, recovery point there at the very bottom, and also solid rear axle, by the way, independent front suspension. But there's the exterior. Popping inside, we've got nice soft touch trim here down below as well. Look at these seats. Cool stitching. Quickly pop in. Pretty easy to step up to. Got a little storage net here. You can see that you've got the window controls in the center, some charging ports too. And then with the boxy design, you got quite a bit of headroom and nice topped insulation. Now this leads us up front, where again we've got nice soft touch down below as well. Blind spot ring with the mirrors. Got the Bronco logo, cool trim all down the center of your adjustments there on the side. Light controls right there, and we'll pop up. This is pretty cool. Frameless windows is always interesting. Ooh. Here's a quick look at the steering wheel. Nice trim all around. Got the stitching on the center. Practical controls in the front, including for the center, cruise control, volume controls as well. Turn signal, windshield wiper stock. Now with the gauge cluster, you can see partially analog, and then you got the digital screen there in the center, which is pretty configurable in terms of the information that you can have it display. Tons of different drive modes for both on-road and off-road use. 360 camera system. Structure lines turn with the steering wheel. Good resolution with the camera system as well. And then as for the infotainment system, it's pretty quick to respond. You got the side tab there, so all of that's very user-friendly. Lots of glare up top, but stabilizer bar disconnect, that's one thing that makes the Badlands special. Front and rear locking diffs, trail turn assist, stability control as well. Got fancy stitching all across the dash. And then down below we've got our analog controls here for the radio, dual zone climate, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Forward. I got your shifter for the 10-speed, and then your drive line select. Notice we do have two-wheel drive, 2-speed transfer case, 4-wheel auto as well. Goat modes, off-road cruise control, it's got all of it. Cup holders, all of your window controls here, they're all automatic. Got your mirror adjustment, and then got storage like this. Trim on the top. 6 auxiliary switches, and then we've got, again, the hard top. So it's kind of hard to see because of the glare, but about 70 grand is what this one stickers for. It's pretty loaded up, so it's a pretty penny. Let's see how it performs. Well, that's off in the Badlands. I'm excited to see that new Strobe edition, but I'm also kind of like, Ford, you're going in the wrong direction. We need more affordable cars. We don't need another $80,000 Ford Bronco. Just saying, just saying. And I do want to talk about that at the end of this review, is the Bronco pricing. So we'll get into it. But anyways, ride quality, it's a bit firmer. It's not bad, but it is firmer, and that's kind of what you expect with a kind of more rugged off-road style SUV. Now, something that I've offended some people that I said another review ago is that the Bronco doesn't seem like it is quite as soulful as like a Wrangler, for example. Like, they've made this so, and here's the thing, is this isn't like a huge downside. They've made this so comfortable compared to a Wrangler. Like, you get more sound insulation, the steering is way more direct, and the overall ride's better, handling's better, that it just, it doesn't have as much character. Like the Wrangler, its poor driving dynamics kind of give it a little bit of character. So it's just something that's interesting whenever I drive one of these Broncos. I mean, this does feel more unique than, you know, your regular run-of-the-mill SUV, but I would say it doesn't feel any more special than like even a Toyota 4Runner. Like, it looks more special and it's got more special features being a convertible, but in terms of like the drive. But yeah, this engine's got great torque. Just this nice shove right off the bat. And again, the ride quality is pretty darn good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And the steering, right, doesn't wander like the Wrangler, so lots and lots of benefits with this. It's nice. Sorry, my GoPro's been... I got this new head strap mount because my old one broke, but the new one's not as good as the old one, it seems like. Overall, this is a nice drive. And this is way more luxe, way more daily drivable than a Wrangler. So if you're not going to do the off-roading stuff and you want the looks, the Bronco kind of does that. So let's talk about my open onions when it comes to the Bronco. There's a few things. So, first thing, the engine options. Now, I think that Ford is blowing Jeep out of the water on the low end, right? Jeep's Pentastar V6, reliable, getting kind of old at this point, but it's nice they still have it. And then their 2.0 turbo, right? That's supposed to be an upgrade. It's not really an upgrade. That's where Ford wins with this turbo V6. And this is me. I would rather have this than Jeep's 4xe. The place where Jeep wins is their 392. So low end, the engine options are pretty solid for the Bronco, but I do think that Ford should put a V8 in the Bronco, and I do think that Ford should focus on affordable packages in the Bronco. This is $70,000. It's a big chunk of change. And I would say that there needs to be more of like that, you know, you had the base model Bronco with a Sasquatch, there needs to be more of that, but they need to also do it in a way that is cool. So like that Strope edition, right? The Heritage edition, all that. Why not have a bare bones? And this is the thing that I feel like a lot of automakers are missing the boat on, is they only make these special editions in super loaded up versions. And I get it, right? They go, oh, the special edition will sell. And yeah, there's some truth to that, but they could do both. I think they should make both base model and loaded up special edition. So there should be like you should be able to get a Heritage edition looking Bronco, but with like a base model, like cloth interior, like do like a 90s throwback, right? And so what this would look like from my perspective is like do the gray cloth, right? Like the very basic looking interior, and then have still a Sasquatch package, base model, so you still have locking diffs and all of that. But yeah, in a base model Bronco, so nothing fancy. I think that would be really cool. And I think people would really like that. So I think the Bronco's a great car, but Ford and Jeep are both kind of forgetting about the entry-level segment, it seems. And I get that this stuff is what's going to make more money, but selling cars is also important for automakers. And so that's kind of my 2 cents on that. Is I would add some cool stuff with the entry level, and I would just be willing to build more with the entry level. By the way, I'm in 2-wheel drive, which, I mean, this is just a curb, but it's still cool. How, like, this thing is a mountain goat. It is still cool how this does. I'm probably going to have to put this in 4-wheel drive for this. That is my guess to get back up the curb. And I definitely don't want to, so I'm going to go very slow here. Yeah. Gonna have to go in 4-wheel drive. That slipped pretty darn fast. The 4-wheel high in this feels kind of strange. Weird. I owned a Wrangler or 392, and then I had a Bronco Raptor at the same time, and I feel like the Bronco Raptor's 4-wheel high wasn't as, I don't know. Interesting. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about the Bronco. Let me know what you think about my thoughts.